Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Chancellor's procession, having left the Senate building, will be arriving here at the Arts Theatre shortly. We will kindly request you to rise as the ceremonial procession will now be arriving. Thank you. You may kindly obtain your seats.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. July 1st in 1942 marked the beginning of the University of Ceylon, later University of Peradeniya. 75 long years after, we are gathered here today to celebrate the illustrious journey of this university and its stakeholders. To commence the ceremonial proceedings, I would like to invite the following dignitaries for the traditional lighting of the oil lamp. Professor Emeritus K.M. De Silva, Chancellor, University of Peradeniya. Professor Uppal B. Disanayake, Vice Chancellor, University of Peradeniya. Professor R.L. Vijayveera, Deputy Vice Chancellor, University of Peradeniya and Vice Chairman of Diamond Jubilee Celebrations Committee. Professor Emeritus C.M. Madhuma Bandara, Guest Speaker of today's event. Professor Leelananda Rajapaksha, Dean, Faculty of Engineering, representing Deans of all faculties. Professor S. Samitha, Director, Postgraduate Institute of Agriculture, representing Directors of Postgraduate Institutes. Professor K. Samarasinghe, Chairman of Diamond Jubilee Celebration Committee. Mr. Rajitha Ranasinghe, Deputy Postmaster General, Central Province. Mr. U.D. Dodangwala, Registrar, University of Peradeniya. Mr. E.A.R.M. Edirisinghe, Bursa, University of Peradeniya. Mr. R. Maheshwaran, Acting Librarian, University of Peradeniya, and a student representative.
Thank you. Let us now pay tribute to our alma mater. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the University Anthem.
Thank you. I'm honored to invite Professor Upulbi Dissanayake, the Vice Chancellor of University of Peradeniya, to deliver the welcome address.
Reverend Sirs, respected Chancellor, distinguished guests, members of the Council, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Deans of Faculties, Directors of Postgraduate Institutes, Professors, members of the academic staff, Registrar, Bursa, members of the non-academic staff, office bearers of the Students' Union, students, ladies and gentlemen. I am pleased to welcome all of you today to this important and historic occasion that we have organized to celebrate the 75 years of existence of our university, or in other words, the Diamond Jubilee of the University of Peradeniya. At the very outset, I am happy to state that it is a singular privilege for me to have got this opportunity to preside this remarkable meeting as the Vice Chancellor of this prestigious university in the year of its Diamond Jubilee. First and foremost, I consider it's my duty at this juncture to pay tribute to our founder and first Vice Chancellor of our university, Sir Ivor Jennings, who was an expert in constitutional law at the time when he was sent to Sri Lanka. In the first instance, to be the principal of the University College, which he took over from Mr. Robert Myers, who had held this position from 1921 to 39. Thereafter, while functioning as the principal of the University College, he was appointed as the first founder Vice Chancellor of the University of Ceylon in 42, which began in Colombo. Sir Ivor Jennings was entrusted with selecting a suitable location to permanently establish the University of Ceylon with its permanent buildings and other facilities. It was his brainchild that selected the most picturesque site in the Lower Hantana range for this purpose. In fact, during his first visit to the site in 1941, where he decided to establish the University of Ceylon in Peradeniya, with the site plan designed by Sir Patrick Abercrombie, has written to say that no university in the world would have such a setting. It was the Sri Lankan architect Shirley D. Alvis who helped in giving this university an aesthetic and artistic look, absolutely unique to Sri Lanka. The official shifting to Peradeniya took place in 1952 with the completion of the so-called academic and administrative buildings, including halls of residence for the students. Further, the vision of Sir Ivor Jennings was to build one of the finest universities in the world, which has now eventually become the largest and finest residential university in Sri Lanka. Hence, this is an opportune moment to draw the attention of all those who pass through the portals of this hallowed institute and take over its management to what he said in the pursuit of this vision. He said that this university has to last 1,000 years, and we do not want shoddy work. This, I believe, is a statement that should be displayed at prominent place in the university. Passage of 75 years after establishment of the university is a period covering 3 generations. Sir Ivor Jennings was a familiar figure to the first generation of those associated with the university and also the government. The second generation has heard his name being mentioned on and off. When it comes to the third generation, the present generation, he has become almost a person who appears to have gone into oblivion, as his name is mentioned, if at all, very rarely without even any inkling of his services to the university education and the country. Allowing this situation to prevail is tantamount to overlooking the ideals and values that a civilized society is expected to uphold. However, a sustainable and vibrant future of an institute has to be built on the foundation of the achievements and contributions made by the pioneers. Remembering them and appreciating their services and making the future generations aware of them is the only way in which we can pay tribute and express our gratitude to them. When mentioning about other scholars who contributed immensely for the initiation, establishment, and development of this university and its education process, the names that inevitably comes to my mind are Professor G.P. Malalasekara, Professor D.E. Hettiarachchi, Professor Ejiriveera Sarachandra, Professor K. Kanapati Pillai, Professor H. Vidyanandan, Professor K.W. Gunawardena, Professor W.J.F. Labroy, Professor Ashley Halpe, Professor H.A.D.S. Gunasekara, Professor J.E. Jayasuriya, Professor Ralph Peris, and Mr. Ian Gunatilaka, and so on and so forth. So it's quite obvious that those accomplishments, facilities, and privileges that we are enjoying today is a direct result of the devotion, dedication, and commitment of the aforementioned pioneers and many others who served this university during the last 7.5 decades. The crux of the matter is that no one can overlook the fact that as the present-day academics of this prestigious university, we are being entrusted with the huge responsibility of gearing our university towards the centennial while maintaining the integrity, solidarity, and dignity of the academia, within the perimeters of the fast-changing world. With this in mind, I can certainly emphasize that the contribution we make today with dedication, devotion, and commitment will undoubtedly determine the caliber of our university at the centennial year, which we will reach in another 25 years from now. However, the challenges that we have to face today is much greater than the ones that the university had faced during its initial years. Although our university was the one and only higher education institute in the country in the 40s, at present, there are more than 15 other state universities and large number of private higher education institutions currently operating in Sri Lanka. Be that as it may, with the process of globalization, we have a bigger role to play in bringing our university to a status of an unequivocal recognition and stature in relation to reputed international universities and higher education institutes. To make this a reality, I firmly believe that the University of Peradeniya possesses all the energy, courage, determination, commitment, human resources, physical facilities, and expertise, including required stamina necessary to face the future challenges. In conclusion, I wish this institution to go from strength to strength, to be the best higher educational institute, not only in Sri Lanka, but also globally. Thank you very much. වන්දනීය වූත් පූජනීය වූත් සංඝරත්නයන් අවසරයි ගරු කුලපතිතුමනි විශේෂ ආරාධිත අමුත්තනි නියෝජ්‍ය උපකුලතුමනි ගරු පීඨාධිපතිවරුනි මහාචාර්යවරුනි අධ්‍යයන අනධ්‍යයන කාර්ය මණ්ඩලයේ සමාජිකාවනි ශිෂ්‍ය සංගමයේ නිලධාරීන් ඇතුළු සමස්ත ශිෂ්‍ය ප්‍රජාවගේ අවසරයි ශිෂ්‍ය ශිෂ්‍යාවනි නෝනාවරණි මහත්වරණි අද මේ 75 වෙනි වසර සම්පූර්ණ කරන 75 වෙනි වසරේ එළඹීම නිමිත්තෙන් පෙරදිනිය විශ්වවිද්‍යාලය විසින් සංවිධානය කරන්නට යෙදුණු මේ වජ්‍ර ජයන්ති උත්සවය ඇමතීමට උපකුලපතිවරයා වශයෙන් මට අවස්ථාව ලැබීම ඉතාමත්ම සතුටට කරුණක් මෙන්ම ගෞරවයක් ලෙස මා සලකනවා. පෙරදිනිය විශ්වවිද්‍යාලය ගැන කතා කරනකොට ශ්‍රීමත් අයිවර්ජනිස් මැතිතුමාගේ චරිතය නිරතුරුවම අපේ සිහියට නැගෙනවා. 1940 දශකයේ මුලදී ලංකාවට පැමිණි එතුමා එදා ලංකාවට එනකොට ඔහුට කාර්යභාරයන් 3ක් පැවරුණා. ඒ කාර්යභාරයන් 3 ඔස්සේ එතුමා ඉතා සාර්ථකව සහ දක්ෂතව මේ තක්ෂිලාව එහෙම නැත්නම් මේ උසස් අධ්‍යාපන ආයතනය වන පෙරදිනිය විශ්වවිද්‍යාලය මේ රටේ ජනතාවට තිලින කරලා 1954 එතුමා මේ රටින් අවුරුදු 14කට පස්සේ නික්ම ගියා. ඒ අතරම අපිට සඳහන් කිරීමට අවශ්‍ය තව නම් කීපයක් බැඳී පවතිනවා. ඒ තමයි මේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ නිර්මාණ ශිල්පියා වන නිර්මාණ සැලසුම් නිර්මාණය කරපු තැනැත්තා වන පැට්‍රික් ඇබර්කොම්බි මැතිතුමාත් විවිධ යාපහුව පොළොන්නරුව අනුරාධපුර දඹදෙණි යුගවල අපේ ගෘහ නිර්මාණ ශිල්පය කැටි කරමින් මෙහි විශේෂ ගෘහ නිර්මාණ ශිල්පයක් බිහි කිරීමට දායක වූ ශර්ලිදි අල්විස් මැතිතුමාට අපිට කිසිසේත් අමතක කරන්න බෑ. ඒත් සමගම පහුගිය 75 වසර තුර මේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලය ලෝක තලයට මෙන්ම ජාත්‍යන්තරයේ දිදුලන්ට දායකත්වයක් සපයපු අපේ ප්‍රාඥයන් විශාස පිරිසකගේ නම් සියල්ල සඳහන් කරන්නට බැරි වුණත් මගේ මතකයට එන නම් කිහිපයක් මේ අවස්ථාවේ මන් තමුන්නාන්සලාට මතක් කරන්න කැමති විශේෂයෙන්ම ඔවුන්ට ගෞරවයක් සහ මතක් කිරීමක් හැටියට ඔවුන් අතර ජී.පී. මලලසේකර ඩී. හෙට්ටිආරච්චි එදිරිවීර සරච්චන්ද්‍ර මහාචාර්ය කේ කනපති පිල්ලේ එස් විද්‍යානන්ද මැතිතුමා කේ.ඩබ්ලිව් ගුණවර්ධන මැතිතුමා WJF ලැබ්රෝයි මැතිතුමා ඇස්ලි හල්පේ මැතිතුමා HADS ගුණසේකර මැතිතුමා ජේ.ඊ. ජයසූරිය මැතිතුමා සහ රැල්ෆ් පීරිස් මැතිතුමා වගේම ඉයන් ගුණතිලක මැතිතුමා ඉතාමත්ම ගෞරවයෙන් මේ අවස්ථාවේ සඳහන් කරන්නට කැමතියි. මේ වගේ උත්සවයක් සංවිධානය කරනකොට අපේ අරමුණු කීපයක් තියෙනවා. එකක් තමයි පහුගිය 75 වසර දෙස හැරී බලලා අපේ ගමන් මග ගැන සතුටු වෙන ගමන්ම අපේ අඩුපාඩු හඳුනා ගනිමින් අනාගතය සඳහා දෙවනුව අනාගතය සඳහා සුදුසු දල වැඩපිළිවෙලක් පිළියෙල කර ගැනීම. ඊටත් එහා ගියපු අවශ්‍යතාවය තමයි මම ඉස්සෙල්ලා කිව්වා වගේ පරම්පරාවෙන් පරම්පරාවට කාලේ යනකොට මේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලය පිහිටවීම සඳහා මැදිහත් වුණ මූලික වුණ කැප වුණ ඒ මහා ප්‍රාඥයන් ක්‍රමක්‍රමයෙන්ගේ පිළිබඳ අවබෝධය දැනුම ජනතාව අතරින් වියැකී යන්න පටන් ගන්නවා. එතකොට අපිට යුතුයකමක් තියෙනවා වර්තමානයේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලය මෙහෙවන පුද්ගලයන් හැටියට අපිට යුතුයකමක් තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේම වගකීමක් තියෙනවා සමාජයට නැවතත් ඔවුන්ව මතක් කරලා දෙන්න. මොකද ඔවුන් එදා නොහිටියා නම් අද අප මේ බුද්ධි විඳින කිසිම වරප්‍රසාදයක් අපිට නොලැබෙන්නට බොහෝ දුරට ඉඩ තිබුණා. ඒ නිසා මේ අවස්ථාවක් මම කරගන්නවා අපේ ගෞරවය සහ ප්‍රණාමය පුද කරන්න මින් ඉහතදී මම සඳහන් කළේ සියලුම අපේ අතීතයේ මේ සඳහා විශාල දායකත්වයක් කැපකිරීමක් කළේ අපේ ශ්‍රේෂ්ඨයන් ඒ වගේම අපේ ප්‍රාඥයන් ඇගයීමක් කිරීම සඳහා අනාගතය දෙස බලනකොට අපිට තියෙන අභිභෝග දෙස බලනකොට අතීතයේ පේරාදෙණිය විශ්වවිද්‍යාලය ලංකාවේ 40 ගණන් වල එකම උපාධි සපයන ආයතන හැටියට උපාධි දෙන ආයතන හැටියට එකම උසස් අධ්‍යාපන ආයතන හැටියට තිබුණත් මේ වෙනකොට අපි රටේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාල 15කට අධික සංඛ්‍යාවක් රාජ්‍ය විශ්වවිද්‍යාල බිහි වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේම නොඑක් තරාතිරම් වල නොඑක් මට්ටම් වල පුද්ගලිකාංශයේ උපාධි ආයතන බිහි වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඒකම ගෝලීය කරණයත් සමග අපිට සිද්ධ වෙලා තියෙනවා මේ මුළු මහත් ලෝකයේම ජාත්‍යන්තර මට්ටමේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාල සමග කැමැත්තෙන් හෝ අකමැත්තෙන් යම් මට්ටමක තරඟයකට මුහුණ දෙන්නට. ඇත්තමට මේ තත්ත්වයට මුහුණ දීම සඳහා අපේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලය පිළිකර කිරීමේ වගකීම සහ යුතුයකම මේ වෙලාවේ පැවරිලා තියෙන්නේ ඔබට සහ මට. අපි අතීතයේ දෙසට හැරිලා බැලුවොත් එදා අපේ ප්‍රාඥයන් සහ අපේ පේරාදෙණිය විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ ආරම්භකයන් විසින් අපිට දායාද කළ මේ සියලු දේවල් අද අපි වරප්‍රසාද බුද්ධි විඳිනවා. මේ මොහොතේ මෙහි බලධාරීන් හැටියට වගේම අධ්‍යාපනය මෙහෙවන පුද්ගලයන් ඇතිට ඔබ සහ අප අතර අපිට විශාල වගකීමක් තියෙනවා. මේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලය තව අවුරුදු 25කින් එළඹෙන සත සංවත්සරයට ළඟා වෙනකොට මේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ හැඩතල තීරණය වෙන්නේ මේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ පරිමාණය තීරණය වෙන්නේ අද දවසේ අප සියලු දෙනාගේ කැපවීම සහ ඒ සඳහා අපි දක්වන විශේෂත්වය සහ යොමු වීම මත බව මේ අවස්ථාවේ සඳහන් කරන්න කැමැතියි. මම ඊට වැඩිය මගේ කතාව දීර්ඝ කරන්නේ නැහැ. මම ඒ අතරම නැවත වරක් තමුන්නාන්සලා සියලු දෙනාම මේ ගෞරවනීය අවස්ථාවට පිළිගන්නා ගමන්ම මට සඳහන් කරන්න ඕනේ අපි මීට අමතරව තව විශේෂ වැඩසටහන් මාලාවක් ඉදිරි අවුරුද්දේ ඉතුරු විභාගය පුරා අපි සැලසුම් කරලා තියෙනවා. ඒ අතර ශ්‍රීමත් අයිවර්ජනිස් මැතිතුමාගේ පිළිරුවක් නිරාවරණය කිරීමත් නුදුරු අනාගතයේ සිදු වෙන බව සඳහන් කරන ගමන්ම අනාගතයේ සියලු අභියෝග ජයගෙන මේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ ශත සංවත්සරය සඳහා ළඟා වෙන අවස්ථාවේදී එහි මේ ලෝකයට රටට ගැලපෙන ආකාරයට විශ්වවිද්‍යාලය වෙනස් කර ගනිමින් ඒ වගේම අපේ අනන්‍යතාවය රැක ගැනීමෙන් අනාගතය සඳහා ගමන් කිරීමට ධෛර්ය ශක්තිය ඔබ සියලු දෙනාටත් මටත් අපි සියලු දෙනාටම ලැබේවායි ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරමින් මම නිහඬ වෙනවා. බොහොම ස්තුතියි.
Thank you, sir. Now, it is my pleasure to invite Professor Emeritus K.M. De Silva, the Chancellor of University of Peradeniya, to address the gathering.
should be all right. Yeah. Are you there? Okay. මේ අවස්ථාවේ මම කෙටි කතාවක් දෙන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා. මම සර් අයිවෝ ජෙනින්ග්ස් කාලේ හිටන් විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ ශිෂ්‍යෙක්. දැන් මේ අවස්ථාවේ මට කියන්න තියෙන්නේ මේකයි. මේ ඉතාමත් වැදගත් අවස්ථාවක්. අපි මතක් කරන්නේ අයිවෝ ජෙනින්ග්ස්. ලංකාවට පැමිණෙන කාලේ ඔහුගේ වයස අවුරුදු 38යි. විශාල වගකීමකට බාර දුන්නා බ්‍රිතාන්‍ය ආණ්ඩුව, ඊට පස්සේ ලංකාවේ ආණ්ඩුව. දැන් එයාගේ වගකීම අතෙන් ලංකාවේ ව්‍යවස්ථා ක්‍රමදායකයේ සම්බන්ධව ඒ ගැන මම කතා කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මම කතා කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ ඔහු විසින් ලංකාවට නවීන විශ්වවිද්‍යාල ක්‍රමයක් හඳුන්වා දීමයි. දැන් මට තියෙන එක වැදගත් කාරණාවක්, ඒක පුද්ගලික කාරණාවක්. මම මේ පෙරදිනේට පැමිණියේ අවුරුදු ඉතාමත් කුඩා කාලේ, අවුරුදු 10 කාලේ. එදායින් පස්සේ මම මේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ මේ වැඩ කටයුතු ගැන විශේෂ පුද්ගලික දැනුමක් තිබුණා. ඒ දැනුමට කවුරුත් මට ආරාධනා කරේ නැහැ. නමුත් අපිට පෙනුණා මේ කාලේ මුලදී පෙරදිනේ තිබුණේ රබර් වත්තකුයි ඊට වඩා කුඩා තේ වත්තක්. ඒ අතර හන්තාන කන්ද මේ ඉඳන් කන්තාන කන්ද සම්බන්ධව අපි ඉගෙන ගත්තා පයින් ගිහින්. දැන් මුලින්ම මං කියන්න ඕනේ උපකල්පිතුමා සම්බන්ධ නෙමෙයි, මං සම්බන්ධවත් නෙමෙයි. මේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාල ක්‍රමයේ ආරම්භයේ 1942. ඒ ආරම්භයේ එක කොටසක් තමයි අද අපි මතක් කරන්නේ. හැබැයි ඊට වඩා වැදගත් වන්නේ මුළු ලංකාවටම හඳුන්වා දුන්නා නවීන විශ්වවිද්‍යාල ක්‍රමයක්. මේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාල ක්‍රමයේ ඉන්දියාවේ එක විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයක්වත් තිබුණේ නැහැ. එයා විහිම්ම අවුරුදු 14ක් තිස්සේ මේ සේවය කරමින් මේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාල ක්‍රමය හඳුන්වා දුන්නා, ආරක්ෂා කළා. දැන් ඔහු ලංකාවෙන් පිටත් වෙ ගියේ 1954. දැන් අද ඒ ඔහුගේ වැඩ කටයුතු සම්බන්ධව අපි සාකච්ඡා කළ යුත්තේ මෙවැනි අවස්ථාවක නෙමෙයි, පොත්පත් වැනි දේවල් බගින්. ඒ සම්බන්ධව අපි සමහර දෙනෙක් ඔහුගේ වැඩ කටයුතු ගැනත් මේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ ඔහු ලංකාවෙන් කේම්බ්‍රිජ් විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයට ආපහු ගියේ පස්සේ ඇති වෙන සිද්ධීන් සම්බන්ධව මේ අවස්ථාවේ සාකච්ඡා කරන්නේ නැහැ. මම කියන්න කැමති එකක්, ඔහු මේ ලංකා විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ ආරම්භයේ පස්සේ අපි ශිෂ්‍යයන් වශයෙන් පිටස්තර ලෝකයේ, කියන්නේ ලංකාව විතර නෙමෙයි, ඉන්දියාවෙන් නෙමෙයි, එංගලන්තයේදීත් අපිට විශේෂ තත්ත්වයක් ලැබුණා. ඒ ලැබුණේ මේ සර් අයිවෝ ජෙනින්ග්ස්ගෙන්. දැන් මේ අපි සාකච්ඡා කරන වෙලාවේදී එකක් මට මතක් කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒක නම් සර් අයිවෝ ජෙනින්ග්ස් ලංකාව ගැන අපි මතක් කරන්නේ මේ ව්‍යවස්ථාදායකයේ සම්බන්ධව. නමුත් ඔව් අපි දන්නවා මේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාල ක්‍රමයේ සම්බන්ධව. මේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයට විශාල ධනයක් යට සම්බෝල ලැබුණා. ඒ විශාල ධනය ලැබුණේ සර් අයිවෝ ජෙනින්ග්ස්ගේ මිත්‍රයා වූ ඩී.එස්. සේනානායක මහතාගෙන්. නමුත් මේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාල ගැන අපි සාකච්ඡා කරද්දී අද වෙන කවුරුත් මතක් කරන්නේ එයාගෙන් ලැබිච්ච මේ සහයෝගය. දැන් මේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ ලැබිච්ච මේ ක්‍රමයේ බලද්දී විශාල ඉතින් මං කියන්න ඕනේ මේ අවස්ථාවේ අපි සර් අයිවෝ ජෙනින්ග්ස් ගැන මතක් කරද්දිම ඔහුට මේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාල මෙවැනි විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයක් ලංකාවට ලබා දීමට මුදල් උපකාර වුණේ ඩී.එස්. සේනානායක මහත්තයා. ඒ කාලේ ඇමති මණ්ඩලයේ ඔය සම්බන්ධව මම වරින් වර ලියලා තියෙනවා. අදත් මම ලිව්වේ නැහැ කවදාවත් ඩී.එස්. සේනානායකගෙන් අපිට ලැබිච්ච මේ විශාල මුදල් ප්‍රමාණය ලැබිච්ච වෙනින් කවුරුත් මොනවා කිව්වත් වෙන එක්කෙනෙක්වත් මෙවැනි සහයෝගයක් විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයට ලබා දුන්නේ නැහැ. ඉතින් මං ඒ ගැන කතා කරලා කෙටියෙන් කියන්න ඕනේ දැන් සර් අයිවෝ ජෙනින්ග්ස් ලංකාවෙන් පිටත් බැගියේ 1954. සර් අයිවෝ ජෙනින්ග්ස් දැන් එහෙම බලද්දී අවුරුදු 60කට ඉස්සෙල්ලා. ඒත් මේ අවස්ථාවේ අපි මතක් කරන එක ඉතාමත් වැදගත් දෙයක්. කියන්නේ ඔහු ගැන අමතක කරලා තිබුණා. මේ ළඟදී අයිවෝ ජෙනින්ග්ස් හෝල් එක ආරම්භ කරද්දී ශිෂ්‍යයන් ඇහුවා මොකටද මේ කරන්නේ? කවුද මේ ජෙනින්ග්ස් කියන්නේ? ඉතින් සමහර අවස්ථාවලදී එතන හිටිය මහාචාර්යවරුන් පැහැදිලිව කිව්වත් මේකයි කියලා ඒත් කවුරුත් පිළිගත්තේ නැහැ. දැන් අපි ඒ සම්බන්ධව අද ඒ මතක් කිරීම සම්බන්ධව අද විශේෂ අවස්ථාවක් වශයෙන් සැලකුවේ. දැන් මින් ඉදිරියේ තවත් අගෝස්තු මාසයේදී තවත් සාකච්ඡා කිරීමක් ඇති කරන්න අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ. සර් අයිවෝ ජෙනින්ග්ස් ලංකාවෙන් යන්නට පෙර ඔහුගේ ජීවිත කතාවක් පිළිබඳව කරදාසි කීපයක් තිබුණා. ඒ කරදාසි සංඛ්‍යාව එක්කව කරලා අපිට දැනගන්න මේක මොකද්ද the road to Peradeniya කියලා. දැන් අපිට තියෙන යුතුයකම ඔහු ලංකාවෙන් ගියයින් පස්සේ මේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයට ඇති වූ කලදසාව ගැන පොතක් ඉදිරිපත් කරන්න. ඒ පොත ගැන ලියනවා කියන්නේ The View from Peradeniya කියලා. ඒ පොත කවුරු ලියයිද මම දන්නේ නැහැ. කවුරු ලිව්වත් අපි සුළු සංඛ්‍යාවක් ඒ ගැන ලියලා තියෙනවා. දැන් අපි ලියලා තියෙන ඒවත් ප්‍රයෝජනවත් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. මම අහුවොත් ඒකට කොහොමද ඉදිරිපත් කරන්න කිව්වේ? The View from Peradeniya. දැන් ඒ The View from Peradeniya මම හිතනකොට තව අවුරුදු එකමාරකින් අපිට දකින්නට පුළුවන් වෙයි. දැන් මම නිහඬ වෙනවා බොහොම ස්තුතියි මේ අවස්ථාවේ මට තමුන්නාන්සලට මේ අදහස් ඉදිරිපත් කිරීමට අවස්ථාවක් දීම.
Thank you very much for those words, sir. We have prepared a special compendium on the bird's eye view of University of Peradeniya to mark the Diamond Jubilee celebrations. Let me now have the pleasure of inviting Professor R.L. Vijayavira, the editor-in-chief of this special compendium, to present it to Professor K.M. De Silva, the Chancellor of University of Peradeniya. Now, I would like to invite Professor R.L. Vijayavira to please come up on stage and present the special compendium to the following dignitaries. Professor Pulbe Disanayaka, the Vice Chancellor of University of Peradeniya. Dean, Faculty of Agriculture. Dean, Faculty of Allied Health Science. Dean, Faculty of Arts. Dean, Faculty of Dental Sciences. Dean, Faculty of Engineering. Dean, Faculty of Management. Dean, Faculty of Medicine. Dean, Faculty of Science. Dean, Faculty of Veterinary Medicine and Animal Sciences. Also, let me invite the directors of postgraduate institutes and the registrar. Finally, I would like to invite Professor K. Samarasinghe, the chairman of the Diamond Jubilee Celebrations Committee, to accept the special compendium. Thank you, sir. Also, let us invite Professor Madhuva Bandara, our guest speaker for Diamond Jubilee celebrations today. Thank you, sir. As it has already been mentioned, it is impossible to talk about the University of Peradeniya without the name of Sir Ivor Jennings being brought up. As the founder Vice-Chancellor of the University of Peradeniya, and even before that, the role he played in the history of this university is of paramount significance. Let us now pay attention to a message from Miss Kathy Watson, a granddaughter of Sir Ivor Jennings, which has been sent to us on behalf of his family.
On behalf of my mother, Shirley Watson, the daughter of Sir Ivor Jennings, I extend our warmest greetings to all those who gather today to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the founding of the University of Peradeniya, in which my grandfather played a role. We understand that you will be unveiling a bust of Sir Ivor. We are deeply touched and grateful that you are remembering him in this way. For a series of reasons, including a family wedding, none of us are able to be with you in person today, but we are honestly all with you in thought. My brother and I have both visited the campus. When my brother visited in the 1990s and I for the first time in 2003, we were too reticent to call attention to ourselves. On our separate visits, we both managed to see his portrait in the Senate, but we did not try to meet the Vice-Chancellor or any other dignitaries. I think we did not fully understand the contribution of Sir Ivor. For us, he was Papa, our grandfather, who we remembered from our North American childhoods. I was 9 when he passed away in 1965, my brother was 12, and my sisters 5 and 2 respectively. But I was very lucky to visit the university for a second time in 2014. That time I carried copies of photographs of Sir Ivor and presented them. We had a joyous dinner at the Vice-Chancellor's Lodge, from where my mother was married in 1952. They even kindly let me run upstairs to see what would have been her bedroom. It was at that dinner that the university librarian turned to me and said, "You know your grandfather is present with us every day on this beautiful campus. We feel his spirit everywhere." Tears leapt to my eyes. What a wonderful and extraordinary thing to hear. When I returned to Colombo, I immediately called my mother, Shirley. She took the call in her small flat in London, which is crowded with Papa's books and books about Papa and mementos from her years in Ceylon, including a small elephant with an umbrella that I loved as a child. When I told her that some people still feel his presence on the campus, she paused. There was a silence. Then she said, My father always said that his books would be his legacy, but perhaps his real legacy is the university. We can let constitutional lawyers debate that, but I felt exactly that in 2014 as I walked around the campus and watched the bright young students go about their day, as I gazed at the cherishingly maintained buildings designed by Shirley de Alvis, who my mother remembers, and as I met the brilliant professors in the agricultural faculty. What an honour and a chance for my grandfather to have had a role in designing and setting up an institution. But also what an achievement it is that Sri Lanka has been able to maintain the marvellous fabric and high standards of the university. Many institutions around the world, under myriad intense pressures and set up during similar times, have not managed to do this. This is such an enormous testament to the leadership and the staff of the university over the past 75 years. For us as a family, we take great pleasure and joy in the enduring success of the university and in the warming thought that you can still feel Sir Ivor's hand and thinking. My mother does say that he took an interest in every tree that was planted, many of which still stand. We wish you a magnificent celebration and promise that we will indeed visit again, or for the first time to meet you and to stand under the shade of those trees. Long live the University of Peradeniya. With very best wishes, I'm Kathy Watson, granddaughter of Sir Ivor, daughter of Shirley Watson, granddaughter of Sir Ivor, Shirley Watson, who's the daughter of Sir Ivor, and the full list of the descendants of Sir Ivor who are still alive are Shirley Watson, his daughter, his grandson, Dr. Michael Watson, my brother, granddaughters, myself, Kathy Watson, my sisters Rebecca Kane, Madeline Watson, Plout, her surname is Plout now, great-granddaughter Isabel Pike, and great-grandsons Andrew Pike, James Plout, and Nicholas Plout.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to launch of a special commemorative cover with a personalized stamp to mark the Diamond Jubilee celebrations of University of Peradeniya. Let me now cordially invite Mr. Rajitha Ranasinghe, the Deputy Postmaster General, Central Province, Mr. H.V.D.I. Abevikrama, Director, Philatelic Bureau, and staff of the Department of Posts to ceremonially release the commemorative cover and stamp. I would like to invite the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Pulpi Dissanayake, to accept the first cover and deliver it to the Chancellor, Professor K.M. De Silva. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to invite Professor K. Samarasinghe, the Chairman of the Diamond Jubilee Celebration Committee, to hand over the commemorative cover to the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, the guest speaker, all deans, directors of postgraduate institutes, the registrar, bursar, and the acting librarian. For those of you who are interested in purchasing a commemorative cover, a limited number of covers are available for purchase outside the Arts Theatre premises. Thank you. Next, let us move on to a cultural event. The Kohomba Kankarya is a ritual carried out in the Udarata kingdom to ensure a good harvest, prevent drought, prevent injuries, accidents, and illnesses to people, and to ensure general prosperity. Drums and drumming play an important role in the Kohomba Kankarya. Atya Beravadana is one of the drum performances in the ritual, where the drummers come 2 by 2 and display their drumming abilities. While wishing prosperity to all, let us now witness Atya Beravadana, a drum dialogue which is organized by the Department of Fine Arts, Faculty of Arts.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Department of Fine Arts. At a celebration of an anniversary, what better could we do than to talk about our future? So it gives me a great pleasure in inviting Professor Emeritus C.M. Madhuma Bandara, a former Vice Chancellor of University of Peradeniya, to deliver the guest speech on the vision for the future.
සුබ උදෑසනක් වේවා සියලුම දෙනාට. ගෞරවනීය ස්වාමින් වහන්සේ, සෙසු ආගම්වලට අයත් සියලුම පූජකතුමනි, අපේ කුලපතිතුමනි, උපකුලපතිතුමනි, මේ සංවිධායක සභාවේ මහතුනි, විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ පාලක සභාවේ සහ සනාතන සභාවේ මෙහිට පැමිණ සිටින සියලුම මහතුනි, නෝනවරුනි, මම පළමුවෙන්ම ස්තුතිවන්ත වෙනවා අපේ සංවිධායක කමිටුවටත් උපකුලපතිතුමාටත් මේ ශ්‍රේෂ්ඨ අවස්ථාවට සහභාගී වී ඔබ හමුවේ අදහස් කීපයක් තබන්නට ඉඩ සැලසීම සම්බන්ධයෙන්. My English version of my address is available for those who wish to have it. So therefore, I was invited to speak both in Sinhala and Tamil bilingually during the next 20 minutes or so. Well, let me go back to the beginnings. I think much has been said about Sir Ivor Jennings and his contribution. These are, some of them are only known facts about him. There are so many unknown things. He was the chairman of the Civil Service Interview Board, who selected all the administrators of the day. And the Prime Minister of the time used to visit his house so often to get advice. Even after he came here to the lodge, I think some other Prime Ministers like Mr. Bandaranaike too came to see him to get various ideas on governance. So he was such a man, but when you think about the very finer things he did, like what his daughter mentioned in her address, the plants and so on, it brings to my mind that I have seen him only once, unlike my chancellor, who was a student at that time. He came here in 1964, that was the final year of my stay here, and he was honored by the university. He and another gentleman, I remember right, Dr. Peradeniya. So in his speech, which was very short, this is what he said. Glad to see the little plants he planted in the university park have grown into big trees after he left 20 years ago. This is all what he said within a matter of about 2 or 3 minutes. He was a lover of plants, and he meant something else too. The little institutions he has started have grown into big places now. I think that is what he actually wanted to convey. Also, even today, when we go to do various things regarding the development of universities, we fall back on his wisdom very often. For instance, I was trying to help the Rajarata University in developing a landscape garden at Mihintale. So one idea that came was to set up a philosopher's garden. So the philosopher's garden concept comes from Ivy College universities and red bricks and so on. But it was something new here. So people were asking, what do you mean by a philosopher's garden? So I was trying to look through various things whether there is any reference here in our country. Then looking through the tidbits, I found that even that did not escape the attention of Sir Ivor Jennings. What happened was, after he left, that philosopher's garden he wanted to start has been converted by the students to the lover's lane of today. It is such a setting, I never thought that it would be so intellectually stimulating a place. So look at the sharpness of his mind, the breadthness of his thinking. So I need not go too far to express our very deep gratitude, not only by the community of Peradeniya, but also all other universities in the country, I must say. Okay, then let me go into the sites and opening of our university by the Duke of Edinburgh and the Queen herself who came there. Before that, let me say, as Professor Kingsley, our Chancellor, said, I too have, by way of some destiny, born during the same period as the university and lived through most of its life. And it may be a mere coincidence, but the kinds of images, the moonrise over Hantana Hills, the slight scent of the flowers in the campus, these things remain forever. And even for my children who explored all the reeks and ravines of this campus ground with their colleagues like late Professor Leslie Gunawardana's son, they used to bring all kinds of exotic fish and plants and things of that sort. So our lives are bound with this place, and always learn to get back to it, to its beauties and so on. Going back to one of my teachers, Professor Sarat Chandra, who wrote a little autobiographic note, Ping ඇති සරසවි වරමක් දෙන්නේ. Actually, verse is the Ping ඇති ගණදෙවි වරමක් දෙන්නේ, but he called සරසවි වරමක් දෙන්නේ. In his, he says that there is hardly any place under the heavens as Peradeniya which is so conducive to intellectual and creative activity. So this is it. I think we have much more potential to do bigger things than what we are today. This is my argument. Anyway, going to the opening of the campus, the Duke himself came with the Queen, and I would like to read from what he said when he addressed the gathering that day. I quote from a book published for the occasion. It's a kind of a rare book I have seen. He says that under the terms of the Kandyan Convention, Her Majesty is the successor of the King of Kandy, who had the good sense to choose this site for a palace. Our campus, මේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාල භූමිය අපේ පුරාණ රජදරුවන්ගේ මාලිගා තිබුණු තැන. ඒ වගේම මේක යම් අපේ සිද්ධාස්ථාන තිබුණු තැන. ඔය පුස්තකාලය හදන තැනින් මතු වුණා යම් නටබුන් මේ පුරාණ සිද්ධාස්ථානයක. ඒ වගේම මාලිගාවක නටබුන් මත වුණා මං මතක හැටියට අර උතන අර විජයවර්ධන හෝල් එක ඉස්සරහා පොන්ඩ් එක ළඟ කොටසකින්. ඒ වගේ මේක මහා ඓතිහාසික භූමියක්. ඒක ගැන මේ ආදිපාදිතුමා පුදුම වෙනවා මේ ටේස්ට් එක මේගොල්ලෝ තිබුණා නේද කියලා. ඒක නිසා එයා කියනවා you can pride yourself therefore that the past, the present and the poets, he says poets not future, all approve the choice of this site, lovely site for the university. So there is no question about our uniqueness and the beauty and the rare thing in the whole world. Of course, reading between the lines, this is said by the British King and the Queen. And it should seal any doubts. Forgive me if I am wrong, sir, you are, as a historian. Seal any doubts about it among the lawyers, historians, and politicians. Seal any doubts about the legitimacy and the legality of the thing. It was passed in British Parliament. So this is it, and these two are still reigning. They have said this at the beginning of our campus. So our university would have taken a serious note of this with very famous historians who lived here to celebrate this 1815 convention. But anyway, it has evaded the attention due to various reasons. But I am very grateful to think that Ruhuna University had a seminar on the 1815 convention. Anyway, we have not lost anything on that. Next year marks the bicentenary of the 1818 rebellion, which transformed the whole country. So I hope our university would take the leadership in organizing an event of this sort, and that might give us future directions as to how we can organize ourselves. Okay, going from there, going back to the Duke again, he says that in the same address, beautiful buildings and lovely surroundings will not by themselves ensure the success of the university. Success depends on the type of men and women who graduate from here and their subsequent work. It also depends on the teaching and administrative staff who must found and build up traditions which will be a source of strength and pride to all of Ceylon at that time, Sri Lanka. These are really unforgettable words of wisdom. One more reference to the opening ceremony, that is the Duke turning to the Chancellor in his address. He said, "You have remarked, Mr. Chancellor, that it is not easy to open a university because once established, it is always open." And he says, however, like shopkeepers of London during the bombings in the Second World War, I can declare this place to be more open than usual. This is what is written on the entrance to our Senate building. More open than usual. It occurred to the Duke because during the World War, because of the bombing threat, all the shops were asked to be closed down. But you can buy anything from the shops there. So what happened was, before the Duke came, the work started here. And he was surprised to see people working in offices and so on. He had to open the building, but he found that it is more open than usual. This quotation had become a title of a book later. That is the kind of inspiration it has given us. Of course, Jennings had his own vision for the future. That was not always compatible with some of our own reputed professors and the politicians of the day. But let us see what was Jennings' vision. He says, well, it is very well summarized by N. Gunatilaka, our celebrated librarian. He says, Jennings' idea of a single residential university on British lines, educating a highly select group of young men and women in a hothouse environment in the English tongue to take their place as legislators, administrators, educators, and professionals in the service of a little bit of England in Asia. This is what he had in mind. So, unfortunately, the departure of Jennings was not so ceremonial. although he has done such a yeoman service to bring this place up. Let me now deal with tie the past with the present and the future. Certainly our university is built on what you call the Oxbridge model, Oxford, Cambridge model. Sir Jennings became the Vice Chancellor of Cambridge later on in 1962. So these, his thinking. In one of the convocations held here, Mr. S.W.R.D. Bandaranayake, who was the chief guest, he spoke about the age of the common man, and that's published, and it's a kind of a rare document in our library. And this was 1957. He tried to prognosticate the events that are to come in this country later on with a fair amount of accuracy when you look back on them. That came from our university convocation. What has happened here is that there were some good defects as well as bad defects. The new universities which have come tried to just emulate Peradeniya or imitate it without question. The Oxbridge model was rather strained even in our system here, whereas in other places like new universities in Vidyalankara and Vidyodaya, they were trying to copy them. But this was quite wrong, and they should have found their own souls and ration data, right? Okay, then let me go a little into the future and close my address from there. When you talk about 75 years, it is a long period for an average human being like me, of course. We are reaching the old age. But for an institution, 75 years is not so much. My college in Cambridge celebrated 700 years about 3 years ago. And at the same time, our very precious Asgiriya temple celebrated 700 years anniversary at the same time. So for a religious institution and academic institution, 75 years is not so much. But then, when we think about the future, and if you take what you call the business as usual scenario, let things grow automatically, let faculties come, let new buildings come. If you allow that to happen in a business as usual scenario, what would our university look like by the end of this millennium or next 75 years? Sometimes I begin to worry about this when I think. Because partly, our university is a land-rich university compared with all the universities here and even many abroad. So there would be a lot of pressures to encroach on our land. මේකේ තියෙන ඉඩකඩම් වලට අපි හුඟක් ඉඩකඩම් තියෙන විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයක් මේකට පුදුම පීඩනයක් තියෙන්නේ විවිධ පාර්ශවවල් වලින් ඇතුල් වෙන්නේ. ඒක නිසා මේ ඉඩකඩම් බේරා ගන්න එක ලොකු සටනක් වෙයි ඉස්සරහ කාලෙට. ඕක තමයි මම අර ටිකක් මේක ගැන වොරි වෙනවා කියලා කිව්වේ. හැබැයි ඉතින් අපිට ප්‍රොජෙක්ෂන්ස් ගේන්න පුළුවන්. ස්ටුඩන්ට්ස්ලා මෙච්චර වැඩි වෙලා ඉන්නවා ඉස්සරහට මෙච්චරයි. ස්ටාෆ් එක මෙච්චර වැඩි වෙලා ඉන්නවා මෙච්චරයි. එහෙම ගේන්න පුළුවන්. නමුත් ඔය ස්ටැටිස්ටිකල් ප්‍රෙඩික්ෂන්ස් වලින් විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයක අනාගතය ගැන කියන එක ඊටාත්ම අවදානම් දෙයක්. මගේ මතය තමයි මේ ටවුන් ප්ලෑනක් නැති ටවුන් හැදෙනවා වාගේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාල හැදෙන්න දෙන්න හොඳ නැහැ කියන එක. අපිට තියෙනවා කෝපරේට් ප්ලෑන් ක්‍රමයක්. කෝපරේට් ප්ලෑන් එකේ කාලය කොච්චරද? අවුරුදු 10ක්වත් යන්නේ නැහනේ. ඊට එහා අනාගතයක් ගැන අපි හිතනවා නම් කොහොමද අපි මේක හසුරුවන්නේ කියන ප්‍රශ්නේ අපට එනවා. අපට මේ විදිහට ගියොත් මං අහන සමහර ප්‍රශ්න ටිකක් අමාරු ඒවා වෙන්න පුළුවන්. මේ විදිහට ගියොත් එහෙම අපේ රටේ තියෙන කුමන විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයක් හෝ ඊළඟ අවුරුදු 75 ඇතුලේ ලෝකයේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාල රැංකින් වල පළවෙනි 100ට අයත් වේද? මට නම් සැකයි. අපේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලෙන් නොබෙල් ත්‍යාග දිනන්න එන ගණයේ කාණ්ඩයක් මේ සහස්‍රකය ඉවරෙන්න කලින් පැමිණෙයිද? මේවා අපට බැරි වැඩ නෙවෙයි. අපිට හොඳට ඒකට ශක්තිය තියෙනවා. බුද්ධිමය වශයෙන් සහ වෙනත් අතින්. ඒකට අවශ්‍ය පදනම සැපෙන්නේ නැති එකයි මෙතන තියෙන ගැටලුව. අපි මේ වගේ ටාගට් සදාගත්තොත් ඉදිරි කාලය ගැන අවුරුදු 100කදී අපි 100 වෙනි කාණ්ඩයට පළවෙනි විශ්වවිද්‍යාල 100ට වැටෙනවා කියන එක. අපිට පුළුවන් මේක. අපිට යන්න මාර්ග හදා ගන්න ඕනේ. ඒ වගේමයි අනිත් එකත් මම කිව්වේ. හැබැයි මේක කරන්න බෑ අපට විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ තවත් රජයේ ආයතනයක් හැටියට සලකලා උදේ 8ට ඇරලා හවස 5ට වහන. ඒ ගමන ගියොත් අපි ඉතින් මේ වගේම තමයි. කේම්බ්‍රිජ් විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ රෑ 12ට පර්යේෂණ ශිෂ්‍යයෝ යනකොට භාගයක් ලැබ්ස් වල ලයිට් පත්තු වෙනවා. ඉතින් මෙහෙ බලන්නකෝ 6ට 7ට විතර ගිහින්. එහෙම යන්න බෑ මේ ගමන. ඊට වඩා අපට අදිෂ්ඨානයකින් යුතුව මේකේ ගමන් කරන්න වෙනවා. අර කලින් මේ කියමනක් තියෙනවා ඒ බ්‍රිතාන්‍යයේ හිටපු අගමැතිවරයෙක් ඩිස්රේලි. එයා කියනවා මේ universities should be places of light, liberty and learning. එතන light කිව්වේ light තියෙන එකම නෙවෙයි. ඒවා ආලෝකයේ පතුරවන ස්ථාන වෙන්න ඕනේ. මේ අඳුරු විශ්වයේ කණමැදිරියෝ වාගේ මේක දල්වන්න ඕනේ. ඉතින් ඒ පාරට අපි වැටෙන්න ඕනේ. එහෙම නැත්නම් යන්න බෑ. ඒ වාගේ ලොකු වෙනස්කම් අපට සිද්ධ වෙනවා මේකේ කරන්න. පරිශ්‍රණ පිළිබඳව මේ ප්‍රතිපත්ති වලින් කරන්න බෑ ඒක. කීයද පරිශ්‍රණ ප්‍රධාන වශයෙන් දෙන්නේ යුනිවර්සිටිස් වලින්. ඊටාම සොච්චමක්නේ. ඒකත් කවුරුත් සතුරු කරන්න ඕන හින්දා ඉල්ලන හැම එක්කෙනාටම ටික ටික බෙදලා දෙනවා. එතකොට උපදින්නේ සීනි බෝල රිසර්ච්. ඒක නෙවෙයි. අපේ යම් ප්‍රධානත්වයේ අරගෙන අපේ මේ ප්‍රසිද්ධ නැත්තම් පරිශ්‍රණයේ පිළිබඳ කීර්තියක් දරන මහාචාර්යවරු ඒගොල්ලෝ වටේට එකතු කරන්න අපිට ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් දෙකක් තුනක් තිබුණොත් ඇති විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයට. මුළු සල්ලි ඔක්කොම ඒකට දාන්න. ඒ පාරේ තමයි අපිට යන්න වෙන්නේ. අනාගතයේදී අර මං කියපු තැන් වලට යනවනම්. තව එක වචනයක් කියලා මම නවත්තන්න ඕන. ඒක තමයි අවුරුදු 75ක් තව ගියපුවාම මේ කැම්පස් එකට එන අපේ මුණුබුරෝ මේක කොහොම දකීද? මට නම් මේක දකින්න ඕනේ මහ ගිනි පෙට්ටි ගොඩක් වගේ බිල්ඩින්ග්ස් අතන මෙතන පිරෙන්න හදලා අර ඩිපාර්ට්මන්ට් එකට මේක ඕනේ මේකට අරක ඕනේ කියලා එහෙම යන ගමනක්. ඒක නෙවෙයි ජෙනික්ස්ගේ මතය උනේ. අපේ තිබුණු කලා ශිල්ප ගෙනාවා මේකට. අර ඔබතුමාලා ඉඳගෙන ඉන්න තැන පිටිපස්සේ තියෙන අර චිත්‍රය අනුරාධපුරේ රන්මසුවේනේ තියෙන එකක්. මේකේ ඉඳගෙන දේශන අහලා යන කී දෙනෙක් ඕක බලලා තියෙනවද හරියට නේ? අපිට පේරාදෙනිය ආකිටෙක්චර් එකක් තියෙනවා අපේ උපකුලපතිතුමා කිව්වා වගේ. ඒක රකින්න ඕනේ ටිකක් වියදම් කරලා හරි. එහෙම නැතුව ගියේ තැන අටවන්න එපා. හතරස් ගිනි පෙට්ටි වගේ බිල්ඩින්ග්ස්. ඒක අපි මේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ ආරම්භ කරපු අයට කරන නිග්‍රහයක්. අපට ආකිටෙක්චරල් ඩිසයින්ස් මදිකමක් නැහැ. අපේ ඩෙන්ටල් ෆැකල්ටි හදන්න ගිය වෙලාවේදී ජපන් මහත්වරු මගෙන් ඇහුවා all right you tell us what is the kind of architecture, what is Peradeniya architecture, what do you want here? So I told them that you need not go very far, just go to Kandy and see the temple. දන්ත ධාතුව තියෙන තැන ආකිටෙක්චර් එක අපි ගමු දන්ත වෛද්‍ය පීඨයක් හදන්න. එහෙම එකක් උනේ නෑ මෙතනදී. මම විවේචනයක් කරනවා නෙවෙයි. නමුත් මම කියන කතන්දරේ මේකයි. අනාගතයේදී අපි අවුරුදු 75ක් ඉන අය නෙවෙයි. ඉදිරියේදී එන අයට මේක පේරාදෙණියේ අනන්‍යතාවක් තියෙනවා. ඒක රැකෙන විදිහට ඉදිරි සංවර්ධන වැඩ කරන්න. එහෙම නැත්නම් අපිට මෙතන රකින්න දෙයක් නැතුව යයි. මං හිතන්නේ ඊට වැඩි කතා කරන්න අවස්ථාවක් නෙවෙයි. මං අපේ උපකුලපති වෝල් දිසානායක මහත්මයාටත් සංවිධායක කමිටුවටත් ඉතාමත්ම ස්තුතිවන්ත වෙනවා මේ දීපු අවස්ථාව ගැන. ඒ වගේම ඔබතුමන්ලට ආශිර්වාද කරා ටිකකට කලින් මේ කොහොඹක් අංකාරියේ සංවාදය. ඒ භාෂාව අපට නොතේරුණත් අපේ හදවත් වලට දැනෙනවා. ඒ වගේ අපේ තරචන්ද්‍ර මහත්තයා කියපු කතාවට ගණදෙවි නෝන ගැන ගණදෙවි හැල්ලෙන් ප්‍රාර්ථනාවක් ආශිර්වාදයක් කරලා මං නිහඬ වෙන්න අදහස් කරනවා. එපස්වා මෙපස්වා දහස්කල් රකීවා දහස්කල් රකීවා. මේක ටිකක් අර්ථය ගැඹුරුයි වගේ නම් මහාචාර්ය කේ නොධර්ම දසින්නවා මෙතන. එතුමා මුණ ගැහෙන්න. මම නැවත වරක් ඒක කියලා නිහඬ වෙනවා. එපස්වා මෙපස්වා දහස්කල් රකීවා දහස්කල් රකීවා. බොහොම ස්තුතියි.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, the University of Peradeniya is always blessed with the kind-hearted support of well-wishers. Today, we will now witness two such invaluable donations. In response to a request made by Professor R.L. Vijayveera, the Deputy Vice-Chancellor of University of Peradeniya, the university is receiving 1.5 million rupees today. The donor is none other than Professor Lakshman Samaranayaka, the former Dean of King Philip's Dental School in Hong Kong. We are proud to say that he is a distinguished alumni of the Faculty of Dental Sciences of this university as well. As per his request, this money will be utilized to reward research excellence of academia of the University of Peradeniya annually. To hand over the check worth 1.5 million rupees, let me now cordially invite Professor Lakshman Samaranayaka onto the stage. The check will be received by Professor R.L. Vijayveera, and he will then hand it over to Professor Upulbi Disanayaka, the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Peradeniya. Professor Lakshman Samaranayaka, thank you very much, sir, for your generous contribution.
The second gracious donation today is from Lions Club International. Upon the request made by Professor R.L. Vijayveera, the Deputy Vice-Chancellor of our university, who is the first governor of Lions Club International District 306C1. The Lions Club International has carried out a fundraising activity to support the University of Peradeniya in helping in purchasing a backhoe loader, which was a dire need to the University of Peradeniya at present. As a result, they have organized a motocross rally named Lions Top Speed at Katakurunda Speed Track on the 19th March this year, and they decided to donate that profit to the University of Peradeniya. So, ladies and gentlemen, today the Lions Club International District 306C1 is donating 1.5 million rupees to the university. To hand over that check, let me now have the pleasure of inviting Lion Mahinda Pereira, the Vice District Governor, accompanied by Lion Heshan Padukka, the chairman of that fundraising project, onto the stage. The check will be received by Professor R.L. Vijayavira, and then he will hand that over to the Vice Chancellor, Professor Upulbi Disanayaka. Thank you, sir.
The next event on the agenda is the felicitation and awarding ceremony. To continue with the proceedings, I'm honored to invite Professor Buddhi Marambe of Faculty of Agriculture to the stage. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, venerable members of the Mahasangha, Reverend Fathers, Chancellor of the University of Peradeniya, Vice Chancellor, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Deans, distinguished alumni who are here today, and ladies and gentlemen. We are all here today on the occasion of celebrating the Diamond Jubilee of University of Peradeniya, or in other words, the Diamond Jubilee of university education in Sri Lanka. And to the best of my knowledge, only University of Peradeniya can claim for that. And we are here highlighting its role play and services rendered to the society. This great university, in this memorable moment, has decided to honor a group of incredible people who are not only its alumni, but also have been able to inspire and support us, the country, and the whole world while facing and overcoming enormous challenges. Their biographies are spotless. They were not only excellent students, but also leaders with beyond par moral standards. As alumni of the University of Peradeniya, they have all exemplified a level of commitment to the university, the country, and the world, and have served as models for others. They have been strong voices of change. Their influential leadership has helped advance the university's vision, mission, and values. Recipients of these awards today are individuals who have distinguished themselves in a particular field and who have brought honor to the University of Peradeniya. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 9 faculties in this prestigious university. Each faculty has carefully gone through the contributions of its alumni, the university alumni. The faculties have made recommendations that such great personalities shall be recognized at this special moment of celebrating 75th birthday of the University of Peradeniya. As for me, I'm proud to be selected to read these citations that have been provided by the respective deans of faculties. I'm also proud, ladies and gentlemen, to announce the distinguished alumni who will be receiving awards for their unparalleled services rendered to the university and the society as a whole. With your permission, I take the pride and privilege in doing so. Before I start reading the citations, let me invite, with the permission of the Chancellor of the University of Peradeniya, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Upulbi Disanayaka, on stage to do the honors. So it's going to be a long stay standing with me on stage. Reading the citations is not on a particular order of merit, but definitely on alphabetical order of the name of the faculty. and I will now start doing so. Distinguished alumni in the field of agriculture. Madhuma Patiran Nahalage Dhanapala obtained his primary education from Hapitigama Mahavidyalaya, secondary education from Veyangoda Central College, and obtained his BSc degree in agriculture from the then University of Ceylon at Peradeniya in 1968. After joining the Government Department of Agriculture, he completed an MSc in plant breeding at the Saga National University in Japan and the doctoral degree in genetics and plant breeding from the North Dakota State University in USA in 1990. Since then, he was instrumental in the progress and achievements so far made in rice breeding and varietal development in rice in Sri Lanka. Dr. Dhanapala has contributed to the development of over 25 improved rice varieties, mainly those that we know as BG varieties, starting from Batalagoda, originating from Batalagoda, grown in Sri Lanka, that now covers about 85% of the total extent of rice cultivation. So he is feeding the whole Sri Lankan community. Dr. Dhanapala is well recognized nationally as a scientist and an administrator at the Department of Agriculture for his services rendered in various capacities, from being a plant breeder to become the director of Rice Research and Development Institute at Batalagoda in the northwestern province. He was a member of the Board of Management of the Postgraduate Institute of Agriculture, visiting lecturer in many universities in Sri Lanka, a senior scientist at the Sri Lanka Council for Agricultural Research Policy, and a consultant plant breeder for Sugarcane Research Institute, Sri Lanka. He was also an internationally recognized scientist and served at the International Rice Research Institute in Philippines and Tsukuba International Center in Japan and in JICA. He has published more than 30 scientific articles in recognized journals and over 20 feature articles in popular newspapers. Dr. Dhanapala's duties as a rice breeder have gone beyond horizons in supporting the national agricultural research system. He was a research supervisor of many MPhil and PhD students in universities and research stations in Sri Lanka as well as around the world. To name a few, universities of Peradeniya, Kelaniya, Ruhuna, and Rajarata, and University of Birmingham and University of Newcastle in United Kingdom, International Rice Research Institute in Philippines, and Annamalai University in Tamil Nadu in India. He was awarded with the Glenn Smith Fellowship in 1987-88 and 1988-89 by the North Dakota University, USA, in recognition of his academic excellence. Sri Lanka Presidential Awards in 1982 and 2014. FAO Ceres Medal in 1982. Council for Agricultural Research Policy Award in 1996, mainly for the contribution that he has given in breeding the BG 300 rice variety, and the first prize from the Ministry of Agriculture in Sri Lanka for spearheading the development of rice varieties and the technological package lending to green revolution in rice in Sri Lanka. The Faculty of Agriculture is proud to produce Dr. Madhuma Patiran Dhanapala as the most distinguished alumnus of the Faculty of Agriculture and be honored at this prestigious moment of celebrating the Diamond Jubilee of University of Peradeniya in 2017. With that citation, let me now invite the Dean, Faculty of Agriculture, Professor Gamini Pushpakumara, to accompany this small-made big man, Dr. M.P. Dhanapala. 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 Dr. M.P. Thank you, Dr. Dhanapala. Vice Chancellor wants to leave. I said no. When I'm the master of ceremonies, he leave when I ask him to go. Distinguished Alumni Award from Faculty of Arts. Karunanayaka Ovitigalage Dharmadasa was born in Orutata, north of Gampaha. His early education was at the Buddhist boys' school in Gampaha. Later, he joined the government senior secondary school, which is now called Bandaranayak College, Gampaha, and Nalanda College, Colombo. Young Dharmadasa entered the University of Ceylon at Peradeniya in 1959 and obtained Bachelor of Arts honors degree in Sinhala. He obtained his MPhil in linguistics from the University of York in England and his PhD on sociology of language from Monash University in Australia in 1979. Upon returning to the country, he pioneered in his discipline by authoring the first set of textbooks on linguistics, Bhashavaha Samaja in 1972, Bhashave Sambhavya Sa Sanskritika Muhunuvara in 1989, Dvibhashakatvaya in 1996, and Bhashanaya Saha Lekhanaya Hevat Bhasha Dirupatava in 1999, which still remain as standard texts used in all the universities. With his unparalleled contribution to the academic world, he became the professor of Sinhala and also held the office of Dean of the Faculty of Arts for 2 terms at the University of Peradeniya. He is currently a professor of emeritus in Sinhala. Professor Dharmadasa was a recipient of many international awards, such as Fellowship from the Japan Foundation for the Promotion of Science, Scholar in Residence Award, which is a Fulbright Fellowship, International Forum of U.S. Studies Fellowship from University of Iowa in USA, and Senior Fellowship from the School of Oriental and African Studies of the University of London. As a linguist, Professor Dharmadasa was the first Sinhala scholar to do an in-depth study of the phenomenon of linguistics and identify diglossia, which is 2 codes in the language, one for speaking and other for writing. One of his major research interests was the interconnection between language and nationalism. Among many publications, the monograph Jatyanuragya, Nationalism, won the State Literary Award for the best scholarly work of the year 2002. This book, based on his work on the phenomenon of nationalism in a world perspective, is the only comprehensive study in Sinhala to date on the relevant subject area. Professor Dharmadasa is also a well-known scholar who has worked on Veda language and folklore. His contributions in respective areas are evident by 2 pioneering publications of, by the name, The Vanishing Aborigines, Sri Lanka's Vedas in Transition, and Sinhala Deva Puranaya, which he published in 1994. Those are memorable and remarkable events. Professor Dharmadasa stands out not only as an academic and an administrator, but also renowned nationally and internationally. He is one of the very few academics in the Sinhala studies to have an international reputation, thus placing this inceptive institution of higher learning on the map of the world of learning in 1950s and 1960s. Ladies and gentlemen, what I read little while ago are only the glimpse of the contributions or achievements of this great personality. The Faculty of Arts proudly nominates Professor K.N.O. Dharmadasa as the most distinguished alumni to be honored at the Diamond Jubilee celebrations of University of Peradeniya in 2017. Let me now invite Dean of the Faculty of Arts, Professor O.G. Dayaratna, to accompany this singular professor who brought in repute to these institutions, Professor K. N.O. Dharmadasa. Thank you very much, Professor Dharmadasa. Thank you very much, Professor Uji Dayaratna. Distinguished alumni, Faculty of Dental Sciences. Nihal Asoka de Silva Amaratunga was born in Balapitiya and received his primary education at Ananda College, Colombo. Good to have an Anandian, because I'm an Anandian too. He entered the university to read for Bachelor of Dental Surgery degree in 1962 and qualified as a dental surgeon in 1966, after which he immediately joined the Ministry of Health. After being successful at the primary examination in Fellow in Dental Surgery of the Royal College of Surgeons of England, he then proceeded to the United Kingdom to complete the postgraduate examinations and further training. After completing the FDSR CS examination, he returned to the country in 1972 and was appointed as a consultant dental surgeon at the Central Hospital, Kandy. Dr. Amaratunga joined the academic staff of the dental school in 1977. He was a key player in a very crucial period that saw the faculty making a tremendous progress. These developments led the establishment of a fully fledged Faculty of Dental Sciences with 5 departments, to which Professor Amaratunga contributed immensely from its humble beginning as one of the departments of study in Faculty of Medicine. Dr. Amaratunga developed an interest in 2 major areas in oral and maxillofacial surgery: facial injuries and the cleft lip and palate. He focused on the treatment and research in these 2 very important areas. He received his PhD for a very fruitful research on facial injuries, and the highest degree the University of Peradeniya or the University System of Sri Lanka can award, a DSc, based on his work in cleft lip and palate. Hundreds, thousands of little babies born with the development deformity in cleft lip and palate were benefited by his findings. He is undoubtedly a world authority in this field. His career achievement made him awarded the associate professorship and then the chair professorship in oral surgery. He also held the post of head of the Department of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery for several years. Later, he was elected as a dean of the faculty. The pioneering research on facial injuries and cleft lip and palate carried out by Professor Amaratunga have resulted in several international publications and textbooks with international recognition, having a considerable number of citations to his credit in front of his name. Professor Amaratunga took the leading role in the development of postgraduate training in the field of oral and maxillofacial surgery. He initiated the diversification of the postgraduate programs in dental surgery conducted by the Postgraduate Institute of Medicine, resulting in the creation of separate programs in the main branches of dentistry. Further, he held the post of chairman of the Board of Study in Dental Surgery at the Postgraduate Institute of Medicine. Professor Amaratunga is also a talented writer. He has written 2 popular novels, 2 collections of short stories, and several letters on literature and reviews of work by eminent writers. The Faculty of Dental Sciences is pleased to nominate Professor Nihal Asoka de Silva Amaratunga as the most distinguished alumnus to be honored at the Diamond Jubilee celebrations of the University of Peradeniya in 2017. Let me now invite, ladies and gentlemen, the Dean of the Faculty of Dental Sciences, Professor W.M. Tilakaratna, to accompany this great scientist, the great personality, Professor Nihal Asoka de Silva Amaratunga. Thank you very much, Professor Amaratunga. Thank you very much, Professor Tilakaratna. Distinguished Alumni Award, Faculty of Engineering. Sivanandam Sivasegaram, one of the outstanding products of the Faculty of Engineering, graduated with a first-class honors in mechanical engineering, obtained his MSc with distinction from the University of London in 1967, and his PhD from Imperial College London in 1970. Dr. Sivasegaram retired from active university service in September 2008 after a long spell at this university and was a professor of mechanical engineering at the time of his retirement. Professor Sivasegaram served as the head of the department and held many administrative and academic positions in the university system. As a university teacher, he was a guiding light for many students and young staff and a role model for many academia. His strict policies, we all know, on handling academic matters and consistent but innovative teaching have helped many students in forming their initial career paths. Dr. Sivasegaram has been an associate editor of the Journal of Applied Fluid Mechanics since 2006, and his scientific research has mostly been in the fields related to energy. And his work has continued at a number of different spells over his period of service until retirement, resulting in a multitude of research papers in learned journals. He has been a pioneer in Sri Lanka in wind energy research and represented well in a number of international forums. He was an active member of the Asian Fluid Mechanics Committee and was instrumental in organizing its 10th Congress in Sri Lanka, which being the first international conference to be hosted by Faculty of Engineering at University of Peradeniya. Dr. Sivasegaram is still active in higher education arena in the country. He helps University of Peradeniya and Jaffna as a visiting scholar, as an expert in curriculum development in the field of mechanical engineering, and teaching engineering, drawing, and thermodynamics. He's a fellow of Institute of Engineers in Sri Lanka and the Institute of Mechanical Engineers in UK. He currently serves as a member of the Council of University of Jaffna and as a Vice Chairman Policy of the National Education Commission of Sri Lanka. The Faculty of Engineering nominates Dr. S. Sivasegaram as the most distinguished alumnus of the faculty to be honored at the Diamond Jubilee celebrations of the University of Peradeniya in 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, let me now invite Professor Leelananda Rajapaksha, the Dean Faculty of Engineering, to accompany Dr. Sivanandam Sivasegaram. Please welcome this giant scientist, Professor Sivanandam Sivasegaram. Thank you, Dr. Sivasegaram. and thank you, Professor Lilananda Rajpaksha. Distinguished Alumni Award. Distinguished Alumni Award, Faculty of Management. Sarath Chandasri Maya Dunne, graduated from University of Ceylon, Peradeniya, with a Bachelor of Commerce in 1970. Young Maya Dunne began his career with a modest beginning as a commerce graduate teacher. He then joined the Auditor General's Department as a Superintendent of Audit in 1973, became the Assistant Auditor General, Deputy Auditor General, and then the 36th Auditor General of Sri Lanka, where he served from the year 2000 until 2006, which was his retirement year. During his tenure as the Auditor General, Mr. Maya Dunne made a place for his name and for the profession in the history by setting an example of an impartial and efficient auditing of accounts of the country. Nothing has escaped from him. He is also a chartered accountant, fulfilling the requirements of Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka, and was recognized as a Fellow of Canadian Comprehensive Auditing Foundation in 1985. His unstoppable service career runs beyond the official retirement of services from public sector. He was the project leader of the project on capacity building of parliamentary oversight committees in Sri Lanka, which was funded by the government of Sri Lanka from 2007 to 2008, and also a senior consultant to the project on strengthening parliamentary oversight committees in Sri Lanka, again funded by the World Bank. The image he has made while being in the office is remarkable, well respected, and unparalleled. He has also made his presence felt in many international forums on several occasions as the Auditor General of Sri Lanka. The Faculty of Management is proud to nominate Mr. Sarath Chandasri Maya Dunne as the most distinguished alumnus to be honored at the Diamond Jubilee celebrations of the University of Peradeniya in 2017. Let me now invite the Dean, Faculty of Management, Professor Milton Rajaratna, to accompany this man who gave simple solutions to complex problems, Mr. Sarath Chandrasri Maya Dunne. Thank you, Mr. Maya Dunne. Thank you, Professor Milton Rajaratna. Distinguished alumni, Faculty of Medicine. Purna Chandra Channa Abhevardhana Ratnatunga entered the University of Peradeniya as a medical student of the first batch in 1962 after a brilliant career at the Royal College. He obtained the MBBS degree in 1967. Having completed the postgraduate studies exceptionally well, receiving the Halley Prize for the most outstanding performance from the Royal College of Surgeons of England, he obtained FRCS, United Kingdom, and became a consultant surgeon before joining the Faculty of Medicine in 1979. Later, he was promoted to the post of Professor of Surgery. After an illustrious career spanning over 29 years, he retired from the active university service in 2008. His contribution to the upliftment of the field of surgery in Sri Lanka is unparalleled. Professor Ratnatunga, apart from his illustrious career, has also held responsible positions as an academic. He was the chairman of the Board of Study of Surgery of the Postgraduate Institute of Medicine of the University of Colombo, contributing to the National Postgraduate Surgical Training Program. He held office as the president of the College of Surgeons of Sri Lanka, looking into the surgical needs of the country. Further, he was instrumental in establishing the field of vascular surgery, which immensely helped the Faculty of Medicine to embark on pediatric renal transplantation program. His sense of duty, professionalism, and concern for patients have made a lasting impression on all his students and earned him a reputation as a well-respected and an inspiring teacher. His dedication to patient care is a symbolic of the true modesty of a genuine healer. He was recently accorded the most distinguished title, Surgical Icon for 2015 by the Sark Surgical Society. Professor Ratnatunga was a brilliant academic, a humane doctor, a clever surgeon, and above all, a person with highest integrity. The Faculty of Medicine is extremely happy to nominate Professor Channa Ratnatunga to be honored as the most distinguished alumnus of the Faculty of Medicine at the Diamond Jubilee celebrations of the University of Peradeniya in 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, let me now invite Professor Vajra Veerasinghe, Dean of the Faculty of Medicine, to accompany this gentle giant of our era, Professor Channa Ratnatunga. Thank you, Professor Ratnatunga. Thank you, Professor Vajra Veerasinghe. Distinguished alumni, Faculty of Science. Mahinda Deshapriya, an illustrious old boy of Dharmashaka College in Ambalangwede, entered the Faculty of Science, University of Peradeniya, it's actually University of Sri Lanka at that time, in 1974, leaving out from the engineering program which he was originally selected. Furthermore, he opted to follow the BSc General Degree program, although he was selected to follow a special degree program in chemistry. Upon graduation in 1977, he served his alma mater as a teacher for 5 years and then entered Sri Lanka Administrative Service in 1983. He joined the Department of Elections as an Assistant Election Commissioner and became the Commissioner of Elections in 2011. As the polls chief, he wrote and towered over those who acted high and mighty. We all know that. And he exercised his powers without fear or favor to ensure free and fair polls in Sri Lanka. The leading business magazine LMD named Mahinda Deshapriya as his Sri Lankan of the Year for 2015 and paid tribute to this man who said, I quote, a model citizen who has left an indelible mark on the Sri Lankan psyche through his steadfast belief and accountability and fair play. I close quote. The LMD conferred his most prestigious title to Mahinda Deshapriya in recognition of his fearless and admirable efforts to protect the country's election process and thwarting many attempts by those seeking to manipulate the system. He is currently holding the position of chairman of the newly established Election Commission. The Faculty of Science is proud and honored to nominate Mr. Mahinda Deshapriya as the most distinguished alumnus at the Diamond Jubilee celebrations of the University of Peradeniya in 2017. Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mahinda Deshapriya has informed us, while accepting the award, that there's an unavoidable circumstance that you have to attend a Parliament Select Committee meeting. So we'll award this in absentia, and I kindly invite the Dean, Faculty of Science, Professor S.K. Kodituaku, to receive the award on behalf of this great alumnus of University of Peradeniya. This is the most photographed award, probably. Is that done? Thank you very much, Professor Kodituaku. Distinguished Alumni Award from Faculty of Veterinary Medicine and Animal Science. Harishchandra Abegunavadana received his primary education from Mandadua Primary College, primary school at Veeraketya, and secondary education from Rahula College, Madara, and Mahinda College in Gaul. He entered the Peradeniya campus in 1973, received the bachelor's degree in veterinary science, and joined the academic staff as an assistant lecturer of Faculty of Veterinary Medicine and Animal Science, and proceeded to USA on a Fulbright scholarship, where he obtained an MSc and PhD degree from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign in USA. Dr. Abegunavadana climbed up the academic ladder to become a senior lecturer in 1987, full professor in 2000, and a senior professor in 2008. After 38 years of illustrious career at the University of Peradeniya, he retired from active service in April 2015. Professor Abegunavadana became the Dean of the Faculty of Veterinary Medicine and Animal Science and continued in this capacity from the year 2000 to 2006 until he assumed duties as a Vice-Chancellor of this great university. Upon completion of his tenure as a Vice-Chancellor in July 2009, he was appointed as a member of the University Grants Commission, where he continued to serve in that capacity until retirement. Professor Abegunavadana has served as a member of the governing boards of the National Science Foundation, Arthur C. Clarke Center of Modern Technologies, Postgraduate Institute of Management, South Asian University in New Delhi, and has also served as a chairman of the Board of Management of Sri Lanka Education Network, well known as LEARN. He was also a consultant to the World Bank-funded HETC project. He also functioned as a member of expert panel appointed by the UGC HETC project for the second generation of quality assurance manuals and co-authored the current quality assurance manuals for institutional and program reviewers. Since his retirement in early 2015, he has continued to contribute to the higher education sector, particularly in the areas of university governance and management, curriculum development, strategic planning, and quality assurance and accreditation. The Faculty of Veterinary Medicine and Animal Science is pleased to nominate Professor Harishchandra Abegunavadana as the most distinguished alumnus to be honored at the Diamond Jubilee celebration of the University of Peradeniya in 2017. It's a pleasure to invite the Dean of the Faculty of Veterinary Medicine and Animal Science, Professor Arya Ratna, to accompany this great man, the giant of our years, Professor Harishchandra Abegunavadana. Thank you, Professor Abegunavadana. Thank you, Professor Aryatna. That ends the award of most prestigious Distinguished Alumni Award. But Vice Chancellor, you cannot leave. We are going into the next set of awards, which is called Long Service Awards. Long Service Awards are one of the most significant forms of recognition of employees of an institution because it is a reward to staff for loyalty to the institution, their contributions, and their assistance given to achieve the vision of the university. Long Service Awards are an effective way of showing employees of University of Peradeniya at this memorable occasion that they are both valued and valuable. Ladies and gentlemen, the organizing committee of this Diamond Jubilee celebrations has decided to award Long Service Awards under 4 categories, which is called Long Service Awards for Academic Staff Member, Long Service Awards for Academic Support Staff, Long Service Awards for Administrative Staff, and the Long Service Award for non-academic staff. But the important point, the Long Service Award this time is awarded to the person in each category who has the longest service until to date, 6th July 2017, not for a person who retired yesterday. So please keep that in mind. That's what I was told. Let me go through announce the first longest service award to be awarded to the academic staff member category. A member who has served in this university for 40 years and 4 months to date. A member who is a senior professor as an academic. A member who is serving in Department of Animal Science of Faculty of Agriculture, the very faculty that I come from. It's none other than Senior Professor Sujata Premaratna. Professor Sujata Premaratna joined the university on 7th February 1977. Thank you very much, Professor Premaratna. The longest service award given to academic support staff. A lady, once again, who has joined the university on 30th September 1995, who has served 21 years and 8 months to date in this university. A member who is a senior engineering teaching assistant. Invariably, he becomes a member of Department of Mechanical Engineering of Faculty of Engineering. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mrs. S.M. Veeratunga Arachi. The longest service award given to administrative staff of this university. When I heard this name, I was asking the chairman of the organizing committee whether it's deliberately done or not. Longest service award for administrative staff. A person who has joined the university on 3rd February 1992 and has served 25 years and 5 months to date. He is none other than the registrar. Please welcome Mr. U.D. Dodamwala. Thank you very much, Mr. Dodamwala. The longest service award for non-academic staff. A member who joined the University of Peradeniya on 1st September 1978 and has served 38 years and 9 months as of today. He has worked in the health center and has been there in health services. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to Mr. M.G. Karunaratne. Thank you very much, Mr. Karunaratne. Vice Chancellor, it's a long stay, more than your period at the university. I'm going to the third category of awards. Chancellor must be thinking, it's good that he was not here. Designing taglines, logo, sometimes theme songs, are some of the activities that will bring visibility and a meaning to any significant event of an institution, especially an event of this nature. In its efforts to prepare to celebrate the Diamond Jubilee, the organizing committee of the university has decided to have an open competition. Actually, they decided to have an open competition among all staff categories and students of University of Peradeniya, with a view to use the winning tagline and logo design in all its celebration activities. Fortunately, they didn't go for a theme song. Ladies and gentlemen, you have seen the outcomes of the competition appearing almost everywhere since the organizing committee has collectively decided to use those winning combinations in all celebration activities. They together appear once again in this hall, on the walls, on either side of this stage. It is a time now to recognize those who were thoughtful, innovative, and creative, and brought more meaning to the Diamond Jubilee celebrations of the University of Peradeniya. The tagline, a diamond thus far beyond. Vice Chancellor, when the organizing committee announced the competition, I also submitted the tagline, which was not selected. Naturally, when you look at the depth of the tagline that has been created by this personality, whom I'm going to call upon. Once again, a diamond thus far and beyond. I'm just reading how come this tagline became our selection. Diamond has been considered as the hardest mineral or material in the world, and therefore it can cut and polish the rest. Diamond also can cut and polish itself, thus by giving it the much needed beauty and perseverance by its consumers. On one hand, the University of Peradeniya has so far acted as a diamond because it has been cutting and polishing the students. Well, that is why the creator of this tagline considered it an uncut diamond to make them beautiful and appealing to the society. On the other hand, the university has been in the process of enhancing its beauty and appeal to the world through always cutting and pushing and polishing itself, especially adapting and upgrading itself to match the needs and wants of the modern world. The University of Peradeniya, according to the creator, who will continue to do so even beyond the point of his Diamond Jubilee. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the creator, the proposer of this tagline, again a member from my own faculty, Professor Sarat Kodituaku. Thank you, Professor Kodituaku. The logo, which was the second competition, which I did not submit anything, selected by the organizing committee, illustrates the Diamond Jubilee of the university and how the university community will join hands to take part collectively with pride in celebrating the events. the two outer and inner curves, occupies 75% of two circles, depicting the Diamond Jubilee, 75th year celebrations. The number 75 and the period given make it more explanatory. Placing the name of the university, University of Peradeniya, within the two curved lines shows how we at the university community has embraced the University of Peradeniya warmly, close to our heart over the years and years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, the gentleman who proposed the Jubilee logo, please welcome Dr. Chamila Valgampaya from Faculty of Engineering. Thank you very much, Dr. Valgampaya. Still more to go, Vice Chancellor. Yeah. It is now time to appreciate the services rendered by few special guests, well-wishers, and sponsors. I'm not going to take much of your time by describing the services rendered. The first appreciation award or token of appreciation will go to our guest speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. The gentleman who spoke describing his vision with respect to university, Professor C.M. Madhuma Bandara. Thank you very much, Professor Madhuma Bandara. There were two well-wishers who handed over financial assistance to the University of Peradeniya at this great moment. I think it's high time now to hand over a token of appreciation for their goodwill that was shown towards this university. The first invitee in this regard is the goodwill shown to University of Peradeniya, providing financial support to strengthen research activities of University of Peradeniya. An alumnus of Faculty of Dental Sciences, that means University of Peradeniya, former Dean of Kingsbury Dental Faculty in Hong Kong, please welcome Professor L. Samaranayaka. Thank you very much, Professor Samaranayaka. There was another goodwill shown a little while ago, this time by the Lions Club. Thank you, Lions Club, for providing financial support to strengthen the developmental activities of University of Peradeniya. It's my pleasure to invite Vice Governor of the International Lions Club, District 306C1, Mr. Mahinda Pereira. Okay, let's appreciate them in absentia. Let's give another round of applause. Mega events of this nature cannot be conducted. Mega events of this nature cannot be conducted unless there's support from various organizations. University of Peradeniya have been doing so, partnering with various outside organizations in all its activities, which add glamour and color. There were two private sector organizations who came in front to support the Jubilee celebration events. I'm going to request the Vice Chancellor to hand over the token of appreciation for the services rendered by being key sponsors of this Diamond Jubilee celebrations. The first sponsorship recognition goes to Link Natural Products. And we were informed by the chairman and CEO of the Link Natural Products. They are unable to be here today, but they willingly will be supporting the activities of University of Peradeniya in the future as well. So let's give them a big thank you in terms of round of applause. The second token of appreciation will goes to A. Bowers and Company. Let me invite the General Manager of Advisory and Extension Services of A. Bowers and Company, Mr. Shanta Jayasinghe. Thank you very much, Mr. Jayasinghe. Well, the Vice Chancellor, at last it ends. Can you be happy? So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for active participation in this award ceremony. Thank you very much, Vice Chancellor, for being here, standing for long hours, and give a round of applause to everyone, all the alumni, including me, who conducted this event. Thank you very much.
In the 75-long history of this institution, I'm sure that was the longest felicitation and awarding ceremony. So ladies and gentlemen, finally, we have reached the conclusion of today's program. It is my pleasure now to invite the chairman of the Diamond Jubilee Celebrations Committee, Professor K. Samarasinghe, to propose the vote of thanks.
It is still good morning. Thank you for calling me. Venerable members of the Mahasangha, Reverend Fathers, respected Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Deans of Faculties, Directors of Postgraduate Institutes, Deputy Postmaster General and his team, former Vice Chancellors, Emeritus Professors, Special Distinguished Invitees, academic staff, non-academic staff, dear students, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor and privilege for me to propose vote of thanks as the chairman of the Diamond Jubilee Celebrations Committee on this historic occasion. Even though this is the most difficult job in an event of this nature, as thanking everybody without missing any is almost impossible, I will try my best to do the justice. Most of you may know the difficulty of remembering everybody. It is natural you will miss anyone. First and foremost, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to our Chancellor, Professor K.M.D. Silva, for gracing this occasion and delivering a wonderful speech. Sir, the university is privileged to have you as the Chancellor, and your inspiring thoughts added glamour to the ceremony. We, of course, came to know a lot of new things through your speech. I sincerely thank the Vice Chancellor, Professor Upul B. Disanayake, for your continuous support and guidance in organizing Jubilee celebrations this year. We had a series of activities. All these activities were possible because of your guidance and support. We are grateful to you, sir. Profound thanks and gratitude are due to the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Lakshman Vijayveera, Deans of Faculties, and Directors of Postgraduate Institutes. The Deputy Vice Chancellor was always with us with a strong supportive hand. Wonderful assistance was received from Deans of Faculties in organizing activities in the faculty level. My heartfelt thanks goes to our guest speaker, Professor C.M. Madhu Bandara, He is also a former Vice Chancellor, University of Peradeniya, for delivering an eloquent and insightful speech. Thank you, sir. I am greatly thankful to the Postmaster General and his staff for arranging the issuing of the first day cover today. I acknowledge the exceptional services you rendered within a very short period of time, especially those who are present today, the Deputy Postmaster General Central Province, Mr. Ranjit Ranasinghe, and the Director, Philatelic Bureau, Mr. Abhay Vikrama. Thank you all for the support given to us to issue the first day cover today. I am greatly thankful to the members of Sir Ivor Jennings' family, especially to his granddaughter, Kathy Watson. She was very keen in attending this event actually today, but due to a family commitment, she could not do it. However, she was very kind enough to send a message to convey her thoughts about this great university. I would like to extend my thanks and also to congratulate to all distinguished alumni who are felicitated today, the recipients of longest service awards and winners of 2 competitions, the logo and the Jubilee theme. I wish the university will continue to receive your excellent services in the future as well. I especially thank Ms. Madhavi Vijayaratna from the Faculty of Agriculture for the fantastic video clip she made, combining the voice record we received from Kathy Watson with some of the historic pictures. That was a very great job. You read that during the last couple of days, I know she was very busy with Mailu Pallama work. And she was, however, able to do it within 2 days, yesterday and the day before yesterday. Thank you very much. I must appreciate the wonderful job done by my colleagues. Professor Buddhima Arambe, little while ago, he had to leave to Colombo to make a presentation in another forum. So he, first actually when I requested him, he refused. But because of my words, he could not say no. So he said he will leave as soon as possible because he has to be there in Colombo at 4 o'clock to make a speech. So I must thank him on behalf of the organizing committee for conducting the award ceremony in a very glamorous way. And our 2 compeers, Sumudu and Kemia, from the dental faculty, they did a marvelous job. Your job is not second to a professional compeer. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing will be possible without financial assistance, as Professor Buddhima Arambe said. We received from numerous donors and well-wishers. I sincerely thank all our sponsors for their valuable contributions. The personal contribution from Professor Samaranaika and the special contribution from Lions Club are highly appreciated. I am also thankful to the main sponsors of the event, A. Bauer and Company and Link Natural Products. I am thankful to our official media sponsor, MTV Sirasa Media Network, and all other media present today. I also should extend my appreciation to the usherers who helped us in directing guests to the appropriate seatings. Thank you very much, headed by the team headed by Ms. Kosambika. It is obvious that an event of this nature cannot be organized by one person, especially a person like me. My special thanks to the well-capable and devoted organizing committee and all others who helped in organizing, and the landscape division are highly appreciated, but not only these two units. As you can imagine, almost all the service centers, all the divisions of the university administration helped this Diamond Jubilee celebration event. Finally, I thank all of you for gracing this occasion and all who helped us to make the Diamond Jubilee of this prestigious university, University of Peradeniya. There are events that are scheduled in future. I would like to invite you all for those events that are coming in future as well. Announcements will be made in due course. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, Professor Samarasinghe. Ladies and gentlemen, you may now kindly rise for the national anthem. Namo, 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 Mata. Sundara Siri Barini, Surandhiyati Sobhamana Lanka. Dana Danaya Nikamal Palaturu Birijaya Bhumiya Ramya. Apahata Sapa Siri Seta Sadhana. Jivana e Mata Viliganu Mana Apa Bhakti Puja Namo Namo Mata Apa Sri Lanka Namo 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 Mata Ubave Apa Vidya Ubamaya apasatya, ubave apashakti, apahad tula bhakti, uba apaluke, apage anuprane, uba apajivayave, apamuktiya ubave. Navajivana demine nitina apabubudu karan mata Jnana veera vadavamina ragina yanumana jaya bhumikara Ekamavaka gedaru kalabavina Yamu yamu vinopama Prema vada samabeda duralada Namo Namo Mata Apa Sri Lanka Namo